Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about a cryptocurrency called Time. Time is a project that I've been pretty bullish on. Just because I'm bullish on it doesn't mean that you should be bullish on it. But I do think that this project has potential. So it is a fork of Olympus DAO. I'm going to do some comparisons to Olympus DAO just to show you guys why I'm bullish on it. Please don't invest money that you don't have in it because you could potentially lose it all. Danielle even said at the beginning of this project, Danielle is the kind of the brain behind the whole ecosystem between time, spell, abracadabra money. So he even said, don't just invest money that you don't have because this is an experimental project. So I'm going to go over here to the time price. Time price is sitting at 7,981. If you look at the chart, since time has come out, it looks pretty good. So this is an algorithmic stable, not an algorithmic stable coin, it's an algorithmic token. Now, each time is backed by 1 mem. So if we go over here to the Wonderland white paper, each time is backed by 1 mem, but it is not pegged to it. So that does not mean that each time will eventually equal 1 mem. As long as there is a use case for time and people are buying the token because they need it for something, time will continue to be above 1 mem. If it ever goes below 1 mem, they will start burning time. I don't foresee time ever getting down to 1 mem. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if it will someday. It all depends on what the DAO votes on. So the DAO is the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And if the DAO votes, the DAO is everybody who is a token holder. If the DAO votes for something, then that's what the future of the time token will be. So if you look here, a lot of people, I'm sure, have seen on Twitter and stuff, people will have hat next to their name. Now, this is the whole thing behind hat. So hat means I stake and you stake, we both end up better. Now, if it's kettle hat, that means I bond, you stake. We're both doing pretty good, but not as good as we would be if we were both staking. Same thing for the other side. If I stake, you sell, or I stake, you bond, it's good, not as good as both of us staking, though. So the idea here is you really do want to stake your time because that's the best thing to do. So kettle would be just everybody is bonding, and it's good for the whole protocol, but it's not as good as staking and staking. So hat means I stake, you stake, we're both better. Then you've got I sell, you bond. It's not very good for the protocol. Same thing with the opposite side. If I bond, you sell, bad. We both sell, it's really bad. So the whole goal is for everybody to just get on board with this hat thing. So I'm going to go over here back to CoinGecko. I'm going to go check out Ohm. Ohm's sitting at $746. If you look at Olympus DAO's site, currently the Ohm index is 34 Ohm, almost 35. So if you bought Ohm in the beginning, when it was, I think it was $300 when it was released, you would now have 34 Ohm based on the APY that they had. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe at one point Olympus Dow did have a very high APY, just like Time currently has. Um, so if according to my calculations, if you were to buy home for $300, I'm gonna pull up my calculator here. So 300, you'd have 35 ohm right now. If you multiply that by 746, I believe, is the number that it is right now. You currently have $26,000 just from investing $300 in this project. So this is why I'm so bullish. We're still early in time. I believe it came out in August. If you go over here and you look at the percentage of what people own of time, nobody owns, to me it doesn't appear that anybody owns a crazy amount of time. There's a couple whales here, like one whale owns 7%. I'm sure that's an insider and they're not staking it. This could have something to do with the protocol. It could not be a whale. I'm not quite sure. So you currently have 186,000 people staking their time. The Wonderland DAO has 68,222 tokens in it. I'm not sure if those tokens are what get issued out when you stake. I think that might be what it is. But you do have a couple whales here. This person owns 2% of the protocol. This person owns 1%. But that doesn't account for if there's a whale that's staking their time. So if you look, everybody else who's not staking their time, they're just holding a large amount of it. And they're just hodling. Maybe they're bullish on the project or whatever. So currently, Ohm has a market cap of $3 billion, $3.4 billion, which is significant. Right now, Wonderland's market cap, I believe, is only $1.4 billion. $1.6 billion is its current market cap. So Wonderland has a lot of room to grow. So if you invest now, you could make a significant amount of money. Like I said, if you invested in Ohm when it was very cheap and early, you would have 35 tokens right now, and you'd be sitting pretty good. So I'm going to enter the app here. So when you come in here, it shows the current APY is 91,000%. A few weeks ago, it was only at like 65,000. The way that they keep that APY high is when other people start bonding, it raises the APY. Also, it's dependent on how many people are staking it. Right now, we don't have a lot of people staking. I think there's only 10,000 token holders at the moment, 10,000 wallet addresses. So another good thing about this protocol is there's things in place to keep people from selling. So if you have something that happens called a bank run where everybody just decides to sell at the same time, whoever's left staking their time gets an insane APY because everybody else is leaving. So the APY goes up naturally. Also, people start buying, the APY goes up because everybody's purchasing bonds and raising that APY. So if you were to buy in this project at the beginning, if you bought one time, you would have 3.5 time right now. So looking 6 months down the road with the compound interest, you'd have a pretty significant amount of time. So this rewards diamond hands. So if you have diamond hands while being a part of this project, it will reward you massively. I can't tell you for sure that that's what's going to happen, but from the way that it looks to me, you will be rewarded massively by staking your time and leaving it there. Now, from my understanding, they want to create an RPG game behind all of this where time would be the currency of the game. So if that's the case, they're creating a massive utility for time, and there will be a crazy demand for it. So with all that being said, that's why I'm pretty bullish on time, just by looking at how well Ohm did. And a lot of these forks do fail. A lot of the Ohm forks fail, but Wonderland has Daniele backing it. He's been successful with Spell and Abracadabra Money. And pretty much everything this guy touches turns to gold. So I'm pretty bullish on this. If you want to look at Daniele's Twitter, I'll leave his Twitter in the description. But you can see he's got Occupy DeFi. He's a people maxi. One thing that I heard him talking about on Frog Radio, he was saying that he wants to keep the APYs high for now because it'll help the fish, like the little guys, accumulate more time, which I think is great. Like, if we can keep these APYs for a little while, that'd be great. Eventually, we'll move over to DAO, and then the DAO will vote, most likely to lower the APY, whether we want to continue to distribute tokens. But we don't want to infinitely distribute tokens because we're basically just doing the same thing that the U.S. government's doing by printing money. It would be nonsense to do something like that. So, check out Daniele. Like I said, I'll leave his stuff in the description. I'll also leave links to Wonderland.money and also the decks that you can get time on. Also, Daniele is going to be having an AMA tonight. So definitely follow him on Twitter and listen to what he has to say. I really think you guys need to do your own research into this and don't just ape into time without doing your research. If you find flaws in it, don't get into it, okay? So if you want to purchase time, I'm gonna show you how to get into it. So here we go. Let me pull up my cell phone here. Alrighty. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go on to a centralized exchange and you're gonna purchase AVAX. So I know that AVAX is available on KuCoin. It's been on Coinbase for a little while. It was recently just listed for New Yorkers. So if you're a New Yorker, I feel for you. Cryptocurrencies are very difficult to get when you live in New York, but they did just list AVAX for New Yorkers. So you can go ahead on Coinbase and buy AVAX, and then you're going to go into your Coinbase wallet or your MetaMask, whatever you got. You're going to click receive. Actually, you're going to switch your network over to the Avalanche network. Okay, if you have MetaMask, you're going to have to download the Avalanche network to your wallet. But for the Coinbase wallet, you just switch over to the Avalanche C chain. Okay, so you're going to come over here. You're going to click on receive. You're going to click on AVAX, or you're going to type it in if you don't already have it. And then you're going to copy your address, and then you're going to paste it to your centralized exchange wallet. So you should be able, with Coinbase, you should just be able to click on your portfolio, click on AVAX, and then you can choose to send or receive. You're going to click on send, and then you're going to paste this address down here to the address in the description right below after you click send. So then you're going to send your AVAX to your wallet. Make sure you're sending it to the correct address. It should be that 32 digit. I believe it's 32 digits. This code right on the bottom underneath the QR code, or you can scan the QR code. But make sure you send it to the right address, or otherwise you'll lose it. If you don't get it for a while, don't freak out, because there may be a lot of transactions going through on the AVAX blockchain. So sometimes it takes hours to get your AVAX. So once you receive your AVAX, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on your middle button for your Coinbase wallet. You're going to go to Wonderland, or actually, you're going to go to Trader Joe, XYZ. It's actually not .com. Oh, it is .com. So it's TraderJoeXYZ.com. So go to that site. You're going to go to trade. Now this is your decentralized exchange. Decentralized exchanges give you access to tokens that you wouldn't be able to purchase on a centralized exchange because it's regulated. Decentralized exchanges aren't regulated. So I'm going to type in however many AVAX I have. Well, first I'm going to go to the bottom, type in time, so that you have, so you're basically swapping out your AVAX token for time. You're going to type in however much AVAX you're willing to sacrifice for time, and then you'll receive your time. You're going to enter it, and then the transaction will go through, and then you can, once the transaction is completely settled, and you can then continue on to Wonderland.money. Okay. So then you're going to enter the app. Make sure you're on Wonderland.money, not Wonderland.com, not any other website, because if you hook your wallet up to a website that's fake, they could steal all your money. All right, so you're going to connect your wallet to Wonderland.money, app.wonderland.money. So then you're going to go to stake. You're going to click max, and then it'll tell you how much you're about to stake of your time. And then you're going to click approve, and then the transaction will go through. Usually your balance will take a minute to update. Wait a few minutes, and then it should say that your stake balance is blank memo, like one memo. If you stake one time, you'll have one memo. So stake time is considered memo. So next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to mint. So you go over to mint. You would basically do the same thing. You would create an LP token. That's a little more complicated of a subject I'm not going to get into, but you can create a time AVAX LP token. You basically balance them 50-50, and then you can mint a time AVAX LP. The reason why you would want to bond, same thing as minting, you would want to do that because you're trying to get time at a discount. If you go to the Wonderland FAQ page, let's see here. So it should explain somewhere the purpose of minting or bonding. And basically it's explaining that when you mint or you bond, you're basically, it's a mixture between a futures contract, an option, based on your belief of like what time could be in the future. So that's why you would mint time. You would get time at a discount essentially. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you guys have any questions in regards to this, just leave it in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, share my video if you enjoyed it. If you thought it was beneficial to you, I'd appreciate it. And I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Thank you.